Hi everyone, I'm Atlus. I only recently started here at OGN about a few months ago. I moved over from the Oceanic Riot office. I was working for Riot Games Oceania for 4 years on League of Legends. I'm now here working for OGN, started with LCK, and I am now the caster for Apex Season 3 alongside Seth Achilios King and Chris Papasmithy Smith and Wolf as well. I don't want to say his full name because it's a ridiculous mouthful and it's difficult to get across. So yeah, I've only been commentating Overwatch for the last little while, but I've been playing since closed beta, very casually of course, but definitely have enjoyed the game for a long time and I'm really excited to be casting it as well. Okay, casting Overwatch. Casting Overwatch I thought would be right up my alley. I thought it would be definitely the thing that I was going to be super good at because like I'm a hype caster, I like to yell, I like to scream, I like to be like into the action as quickly as possible. However, it was far more difficult than I was expecting. It's ridiculous. It's so high paced. I sat down on my first cast and was like, I cannot keep up with this game. It's absolutely ridiculous. It created some memes, some could say, just because sometimes you get a little bit lost. Sometimes you can't tell what's going on. And it was really difficult for the first couple of casts. Despite having played the game for a very long time, despite feeling like I was ready to be on that desk to be casting the game, it's just very, very different when you step onto your first cast. I believe most commentators have said exactly the same thing. But yes, I was no exception moving on to the caster desk. I feel like now I'm getting a little bit better, but I appreciate you guys bearing with me while I get used to it because man, it can be difficult. So I've been in Korea for about 4 months now. I moved over from Australia, which is a very, very large country with not that many people in it. And I moved to Korea with about the same amount of people, and it is so much smaller. Like, this country is absolutely packed with stuff. And to be perfectly honest, I love it. Like, living here, I was expecting to be a massive culture shock, but I love the food, I love the people, everyone's like super lovely, and I don't know, like the fact that everything's stuck on top of each other, there's just so much to do in such an enclosed space means I don't need to move very far to have a great time somewhere new, even though I've been here for 4 months living in the same area. It's just insane. I'm still yet to find something that hasn't surprised me on a daily basis, which is something I'm completely not used to. All right, my favorite aspect of casting is probably not travel. It's probably not just casting video games. The thing that I love about being a commentator is the fact that I feel like I've found the thing that I was born to do. And so my passion directly feeds into what I think that I was put on this planet for, which means that every day that I go to work doesn't feel like work. It feels like I'm fulfilling what I should be doing anyway, which is not a thing that a lot of people find. I was working as an engineer for 10 years. I was working in IT for another 4. I was working in sales for a bunch of time. I was a kitchen hand. I tried so many different things. And finally, apparently being an idiot in front of a camera talking about video games was my calling. And I'm just incredibly lucky that I'm one of the people that have found it. The hardest thing about being a commentator is, yes, I think that unpredictability of the industry makes a lot of sense in that regard. Like, sometimes you don't know what game you're going to be doing next. Sometimes you don't know who you're going to be casting with next. Sometimes you don't know where you're going to be next. Like, of course, I moved from Australia to South Korea. Like, unpredictability is certainly up there. Like, stability is something that everyone looks for in a job. But I think that it's, yes, difficult, but it's also one of the most exciting things about this job. So it's a double-edged sword. Like, part of it is exciting and it's an adventure. And the other part is, well, look, maybe I won't have a job next year. Like, it's terrifying and exciting all at the same time. And I think it's definitely worth it. All right, so the beautiful tracking meme was definitely not me not understanding what TAC visor did, because everyone knows what Tac Visor does. I've been playing Soldier for a very long time. He's actually one of my mains, which is embarrassing. And if I remember correctly, during that moment, it was Wolf commentating, and I think I would have been looking at either like ult percentages, something like that, and then glanced to the middle of the screen where I saw the crosshair, and I was like, Taimou, he's tracking well. And it just escaped my brain to have a look at the fact that he's got a gigantic circle around it and he's shooting everyone on the screen. So yeah, it was honestly, it was part brain fade, part focus management issue, but also part beautiful emergence of a stunning meme that will hopefully live on in our hearts for a very long time. Good God. All right, so memes that need to die. Escalol, I think, is kind of hilarious, personally, especially after he tripped over his own pulse bomb just the other day. The C9 meme needs to die, though, because that is being said after everything, and it only really has context in like 2% of the things that people use it for. So I'm pretty sure the C9 meme needs to die. Other memes that also need to die are the Meta Athena meme, because I'm Australian, right? It's how I speak. I understand it ends with an A. And that's how I speak. So I can't really help it. So stop with the Meta Athena memes, please. Yeah, so the Carpe information was exciting. He was a brilliant Genji player, and I feel like the West doesn't have incredible Genji players like the level that South Korea does at this particular point in time, so that is exciting, but you can't go past Kaiser. Like, that guy single-handedly took RunAway to the grand final in Season 2 Apex, so I'm really excited to see what he can do for Cloud9. But yeah, the Carpe one's interesting, and Kariv is also another player that was exciting to watch. Even in the support position, which is not necessarily a place that you get supermassive plays apart from like sick clutch Ana sleeps and things like that. So I'm excited to see what Kariv can do. But yeah, I think it has to be Kaiser. Like, he's the one with all the hype. Best skin is definitely Cruiser D.Va, because she's at a diner and it's super awesome. The worst skin, in my opinion, is Power Ranger Genji, because I bought like 1 million loot boxes and didn't bloody get it. So that skin will forever make me extraordinarily angry. And if I see anyone with it, not only will they be a Genji player in solo queue, but they will also have that skin that I was unable to get. And I will be so mad. So that's probably my least favorite, although it's also one of my favorites. I just want to say thanks to everyone for being so welcoming to new commentators. I know everyone misses Dora and Monty from Apex, and it's a lot of, it's massive shoes to fill for us here at the OGN team that are bringing you Apex Season 3. However, thank you so much for the good feedback that you've been giving us, the constructive criticism as well, and we'll try and bring you the best broadcast that we possibly can moving towards those finals. Round of 8 has been super hype, and I hope you're on the journey with us as we get to those finals ever closer. So thank you very much.